Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well. It's been a while, and yeah, we're back. Going to recap my 2025 day trading results. I was trading with a real money live account, small account. Yeah, like I say, I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're still trading or whatever you are doing. Hope it is going well for you. And yeah, once again, we're back. Not so. I'm just going to talk about my results in this video. I'm not really going to go over trades. I'm not really going to go where I've been for the last 5, 6 years, whatever it's been, because I haven't been trading. I think a few times I might have dabbled in, dabbled out, no more than a week. I think my Kinfo shows that. I'll show it at the end. But yeah, so 2020, the end of 2024, finally in a position, I say, because I got a new job. I had to do like a year's worth, well, yeah, over a year's worth of training for it. Uh, Kids, family, new house, etc. I just was not in a position to trade, unfortunately. Um, so yeah, finally in 2024, the end of 2024, I set the goal for 2025 to trade the whole year. I work full time, so I'm a part-time trader. Uh, Started off very bad. Well, started off actually good, got lucky, but knowledge base was terrible. Just like my old videos, watch them. You'll see they're pretty bad, but I'll keep them on there because hopefully one day they'll show that one day you start as a beginner and hopefully you can become an expert. So we're putting in very good effort now. I'm very positive about the future. Um, yeah, let's get into it. So once again, it's just going to be about my results, not the trades or the actual. I might do another video on my biggest trades, as you see here. But yeah, apologies for my cough. I wanted to do this video at the beginning of the year, and I'm not going to be a YouTuber if I'm being honest, but I'm going to post just recap videos pretty regularly every month. Like I say, YouTube's not my goal. Trading is my goal right now, and but I will post every single month on my results, and I might throw a little video here and now for whatever comes to mind, trade recap or goals, etc. But yeah, let's get into it. So as you see on the screen here, this is my yearly review. Doesn't look fantastic, but considering this is my first full year actually trading, and I'm trading with a small account, I started, let's show you here that I started in February, and I'll get into that, with $1,242. So very small account. My goal was just to, so the end of December, like I said, made the goal to trade this whole year and going forward, really commit to it. Joined a new service, and they've been absolutely brilliant. I think it's the first time I've ever joined a service and thought this actually makes sense. It's actual patterns, it's actual strategies, it's actual repeatable. Repeatable trades, for instance. You just rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Yeah, there's some nuances to different stuff, but yeah, it's the first time I've got thought, oh, this is actually really doable. I'll go in maybe to another video about who they are and what they do, but if you look at the sheet, probably give you a good idea who I'm learning from. Anyway, so yearly returns 11%. I know that's nothing, basically nothing, but considering it's your first year trading, and a lot of people lose in their first year, and I was losing in my first year until the last few months. Then I made back my losses and then some. So my last 4 or 5 months have been pretty good. Yeah, really, really happy with it. Just got my biggest wins, biggest losses, everything you see on the screen. Happy with my win rate, average win, average loss. Obviously, I need to get my average win higher, but with kind of the strategies I trade, I only trade two strategies now: gap and craps, multi-day breakouts. I will do some first red days if they're really set up well, and maybe some other trades, but pardon me. But yeah, gap and craps, multi-day breakouts. Those are my two trades that I've really focused on. So this will be a bit skewed, but I do definitely want to get my average win above my average loss. Win rate is, I'm happy with that, and you see my other stats. So let's talk about my year. So as I said, joined the service end of 2024, and my goal for the first month was just to study, not do any trades, just study, just get my head back into it, watch the video lessons, see what everyone else is doing, and go from there. So that's exactly what I did. So as you see, in February I started trading. Once again, a part-time trader. Sometimes some months, because I do shift work, give me more time to trade. Other times they just don't. But February was a very busy month. I'll be honest, I had no idea what I was doing. I was still trading sort of gap and craps. If I go like trades here, for instance, you kind of see, yeah, look, gap and craps. It was basically all shorting, miscellaneous, and first red days. And the reason I stuck with gap and craps is because I kind of had a bit of history with them. I kind of understood, on day one movers, a lot of them fail. So that's kind of what I was just going in with. Had no idea how to actually trade that pattern. I do now. Hopefully I do now. But yeah, so got very lucky. Considering I had a 1200 account, I had no risk management, had no real repeatable or reliable places to actually get into trades, where to risk, where to exit. I remember this. I remember I was just getting short, I think, at the open, and it went down, and I just covered it. It was really stupid. There was no plan, no thoughts. I don't even think it was up that much. From what I remember, up about 40-50%. We want it higher, but yeah. So anyway, as you see, I got super lucky. Metrics were all really good. Apart from those, you see the borrow fees. I think I swung a few of these trades overnight. Didn't really realise how expensive borrow fees were, especially for the broker I use. But there's no PDT, so I'm happy with them. Apart from they are expensive. So yeah, super lucky to get off to a really good start. But as you see, that can't last long if you don't know what you're doing. I'm still studying, still watching videos and everything such as that, and yeah, and I'm only trading gap and craps basically. Yeah, okay, I got first red day in there, which didn't go well. After hours long, oh yeah, I got very lucky with that. It's just a long strategy. It was a really good, strong first day one, really, and I remember getting long. I think I was going to go swing it into the next day. I didn't really know what I was doing, and it went up just incredibly, very, very quickly, and I just sold it instantly. So yeah, like I say, didn't have any clue what I was doing. Trading in a strategy I didn't even know what to do. Still don't really trade. I don't even trade after hours long. Still, I study them, but I haven't practiced them enough. So yeah, I just shouldn't be trading them. And you see the metrics are pretty bad, and we lost. Going into April, yeah, got lucky. What trades did we do here in April? Once again, oh, that was it. I remember getting in. This was my main one, as you see. I remember there was an offering, so look, I got in at 9.25, and got down to 3.80. But if you look at my shares for here, like shorting all these amounts with no risk management, by the time we get to April, I had a good idea of what I should be risking. So you see a lot of these come down, apart from I think it was this one. But I was trading the first red day and overextended gap and crap. Overextended gap and crap, I don't mind trading, but you should just focus on one trade. Yeah, and as you see, because of that one big winner, I was lucky in the end, but performances weren't there basically. Then you go into the next 2 months, and this is where I really struggled. I do think I just started to, May and June. If you look at it, May and June, I just started to take just gap and craps only. I'd done a first red day, obviously, on the first day of May, and it just, and I think I lost on the gap and crap as well. and then I lost on the next day, and I was just like, do not trade first red days anymore, as you see, but just trade gap and craps. But I was still trading gap and craps very wrong. Probably in the long term it weren't the worst idea. I was basically shorting straight at the open. I had a bit more risk management, but I thought I could just reinvent the wheel instead of following what I was actually being taught. So yeah, you see, very bad month, very bad metrics, just not going to be profitable doing that. And that was the same in June as well. Once again, if you go to June here, I copied Carl on a swing breakout. He was just starting to delve into them, and this one actually looked good. Once again, didn't know what I was doing. Still don't know what I'm really doing with those ones. I don't trade them. I'm just trying to focus, like I say, on gap and craps and multi-day breakouts. But my gap and crap strategy had a massive leak in it, a massive leak, and I was trading them wrong. So I will go into my gap and crap stats so you see. But yeah, just once again, another big month. Loads of borrow fees, losses. Look at average win to average loss is very bad. I mean, you do have this with the gap and crap strategy because you have a high win rate, but the risk, the average win to average loss is normally in the, I think more recently it's less than 1-to-1. Ideally we want 1-to-1, but I think now, from what I've been told, it's actually going down. But we have a high win rate. Yeah, and then you see third month in a row. So you just see, basically got lucky in the first month, second month back to reality. I think I got lucky in the third month of April, my third trading month, because of that one after hours long. And yeah, then May, June and July all red. July, I'm not sure what happened in July. Okay, yeah, that was it. So yeah, July was the first month. As you see, I started to include some longing. So you've got the multi-day breakout, the gap and craps. I'm still trading completely wrong for how we should trade them or how I trade them now. I was copying the swing breakouts because they were working. I think TMZ was the same one here actually there. So that was my first just profit, and then I swung the last 50 and I made it there. So it's the same trade basically. But yeah, this is where I started to add multi-day breakouts. So I was learning the whole time. I'm still learning multi-day breakouts. I'm not perfect on them whatsoever, but I'm a lot more process orientated, and yeah, pretty happy with them. And then yeah, I took this really bad after hours long. I think I got stopped out within like seconds, and it just died on me. And I was like, okay, not trading this anymore. But you're starting to see a bit more promise. The win rate's not there, but the risk reward and everything is. But in this month was when because of these gap and craps were going really bad, I was just like, okay, I need to not trade them the way I was trading them. I was basically just trying to do short the open, risk a certain percentage, and cover at the end of the day. And I thought I could just do that every day, even if I'm at work. I can keep an eye on it, etc. It just didn't work because you notice here that I was just getting so many big losers. So here, there. So I was just getting so many big losers. So in August, that turned around. I mean, August is a quiet month anyway. I went away on holiday, visiting family, but August was the time of the year where I really went, okay, I'm going to stick to what I've been taught. I'm not going to try and reinvent the wheel. I'm just going to trade those the way it should be traded. And my experience was a lot better with these, and just do multi-day breakouts. There was also another stock called Mullen that just was so dilutive that every time it spiked, I would just short and I just kept doing that. It was kind of my own little strategy, but it was kind of working, and it's probably the only reason I was profitable in this month. But my trading really changed then. So I was more knowledgeable in multi-day breakouts, even though a lot of them didn't happen that month. I was trading gap and craps correctly. So how I trade them now is when I literally started them in August. And yeah, like I say, I know the money doesn't look anything, and the stats, but you can see the win rate went there. I mean, on low sample, but yeah, this is when everything started to turn. So if you look in August, once again, Mullen changed their name to BINI. I think they're on the OTC now. But if you start to see, yeah, look at this, gap and crap, gap and crap, gap and crap, gap and crap. Yeah, we get max losses, but the way I trade them now, I get few. My losses aren't as big, and that was the big thing. I thought before, where if I just trade them at the open, I could get higher prices than now, but I was getting bigger losses because I was still short in the ones that were squeezing on the day. So the multi-day breakout on Lobo is obviously where where I lost some money, but that was okay. And now we go into more the exciting stuff as such. So as you see here already, so I'm up 220, down 180, so about 40 up 80, so up 120, and then I lost 220, so I'm down 100, down 300 after that, down 400 after that, and basically broke. So you see at this point I'm down 400 on a very small count. I go to about $800, which you can kind of see here in the yeah, as you see here, look, so start there. So I'm down just roughly just under $400, and that's when, because of being confident of now how I'm actually going to trade out these processes. Obviously, I've been studying for 6, 7, 8 months, just more experience in the market. I decided I would add. I couldn't be trading with obviously an 800 account, so I thought I'd add a bit more just to get me up to a decent account where I can actually trade. And I risk 2% of my account at the moment, so that's where you see I've gone up to 2,200. Yeah, and I will be adding. I will be adding going forward to try and compound the account. Got no problem doing that. So that's where I started. So as you see here, now we're going to September. So September, like, I couldn't trade a lot, but it was a really, as you see, a really profitable month. The metrics are really good. I had a very high win rate. I didn't have one red day. I think I had a red trade, but I didn't have a red day. Obviously some borrow fees, but yeah, a very, very good month. And you see here, once again, apart from Gap and Craps really worked well, and you see no bad losses. You add in the few of these multi-day breakouts as well, that worked. Wasn't trading multi-day breakouts great. I've only really this month started to have a real process with them. My entries are good, my risk was good. It's sort of the exits that I'm struggling with, even a little bit at the moment. But yeah, nevertheless, I can identify the pattern and worked really, really well. And as you see here, $243 on which is basically 10% of my account for the month, which is really good. Going to October, and like I say, rinse and repeat. Good win rate. Average wins bigger than the average loss. So this plus this made it really profitable. Some really big trades this month, some big losses as well, as you see. But my multi-day breakouts really worked. I took more swing breakouts in this. We also had BOYND, which worked really well. I got it as overextended gap and crap. It kind of is, plus it's the first red day. But yeah, as you see here, ARBK for multi-day breakout, Buru, yeah, really, really big. See, if you take out these swing breakouts that I shouldn't be trading, it would have even been, now looking at it, it would have been a bigger month. Okay, gained there. But yeah, Gap and Craps worked really well. I mean, actually, Gap and Craps didn't work well. Quite a few max losses this month, along with some very good wins. But this is still trading the way I trade them now. So it's just the way they go sometimes. But yeah, as you see here, $376. Really, really happy. And this was a bit disappointing, a bit not demoralising, but so August, I'm like, okay, I know what I'm doing. Happy with the process of how I trade, Gap and Craps and multi-day breakouts. So September goes great. October goes really good, and I'm like, yeah, let's push on, let's go, and get off to a great start with November. I think it was a Gap and Crap, PHIO short, yeah, Gap and Crap over a max win normally from what I risked, but so it went really well, and then yeah, that was pretty much it, because I don't know for you, but a lot of people, nothing really happened in November. It was pretty uncommon. A lot of people were saying November and December were one of the just driest and months of the year for this year, which is never normally like that. Normally, the summer months are really slow, but for this year, or last year, November and December were really bad. Just the opportunities were very few. Hindsight, yeah, you could have made money, you could have picked the right stocks, but the mixture of me only the mixture of me only trading part time plus not a lot of opportunities. You see, there were just no trades. So I'm actually happy with that. To be gaining $40 on a month where nothing's happening, I think that's really good, because a lot of people will just be trading random crap. And I was still at the market a lot of these days watching. I could have fell for that, and I didn't, because, like I said, the process now is just to trade the Gap and Craps and the multi-day breakouts, especially at this time in November. ASST was bad, though. That's where I learned. I got in early on the multi-day breakout, and it hadn't even broken out yet, and then it died. It looked like it was going to break out, and I just got in early, and that's when I really sort of changed how I should approach these and just wait for the actual breakout level. So that was a lesson learned. Cost me $56. Thank you very much. But yeah, like you said, so a bit just stopped in my tracks really, because nothing happened. Nothing happened again in December. Obviously, I took more trades, as you see here, a lot more trades. But so took the Gap and Crap on AHMA done me over, because I got slipped on. I think it halted down and went past my stop. So I had to manually get out, and I had so much slippage on it. I think I should normally only lose about $60, because that's my risk at the time. Kind of is pretty much now as well. Yeah, and as you see here, look, once again, just trading Gap and Craps multi-day breakouts, and not a lot happened really. I got one good multi-day breakout, a nice Gap and Crap there, but then I lost. I shouldn't have been in this one, because trying the bloody scam, but yeah. So that was my year. A bit long-winded, like I say. We're going to the monthly accounts. This sort of give you the rough percentages. You'll notice that this 282 is different than this 267. I'm not sure how I've got to this 267 with these trades, but my actual account, this comes from my broker. I actually have more, so I was happy with it, just to keep it as it is. Yeah, what to go over next? So yeah, okay, so we had that, and you see that there. We'll go over pattern performance. As you see, overall here, pretty obvious that my longs are better than my shorting, which was quite surprising to see. You'll notice that obviously my trades, Gap and Craps, I was pretty much break even, and that was because I think for like the first 60 of them I was just trading them wrong, and the last 40 of them have been really good. Sort of obviously the outlier multi-day breakouts, really small sample still, but yeah, for the year I didn't start trading until like, what was it, July? That's halfway through the year, but obviously part time and still learning. And yeah, this just gives you an idea of how each month went in terms of that strategy. I'll just scroll through so you can see, and stop if you want to see them. But once again, as you see here, around July I started to add in the multi-day breakouts, in August changed the way I do Gap and Craps, and you see, like I say, from August it just gets a lot more consistent, a lot more better, and happy with that. And we'll just end it on lastly the stats from it. You see here, and these are my Gap and Craps. In 2025, yeah, I took 100 trades, 60-40 there. But then since, if you look at the difference here, and it is a small sample, I'm fully aware of that. So we'll see how it gets on for 2026. But yeah, but you see, I started tracking them since August as well, because that is when I changed the strategy. And you can see the profit factor is better. Not happy with the average profit, average loss, but with the high win rate, that still was over a 10% gain alone from that strategy, just with that, yeah, on my small account. And we've only traded one this year so far, and then we're going to have the total. So yeah, we'll see how we get on there. But obviously, multi-day breakouts is where I'm making my... So the gap and craps are just making like that small money, but I'm happy taking them, because I think the way I trade them is pretty much just like, I can just take the trade, identify the trade, take the trade, and then just let it run its course, and I profit or I don't. I think over time it's just going to slowly add up. Whereas multi-day breakouts, as you see here, are really going to be the ones that I think was where I'm going to make my money at the moment. Well, hope so, as long as I trade them well. But yeah, you see, it didn't start until July, August time, 21. A lot of people have. I think I might have roughly 50% win rate on this if I trade them the way I'm going to trade. But I know people go all the way down to like 33%, but then have a higher average gain to average loss. So we'll see how we get on. But as you see here, look, gross, the average profit, the average loss, really, really good. It's almost, well, it's over 2 to 1, as you see from the profit factor. And yeah, this year already, I've already taken 3, and yeah, it's looking really, really promising. Yeah, and last, what more to show you? We'll done with this. So yeah, lastly, I do track it all. I knew of Kinfo, but I didn't know it was actually free to actually track. So I actually put everything into my Kinfo. If you want to have a look, you see it on screen here. So this is for the year. If I go into all time, actually, so I go to profit, and as you see here, that's from 2023. You see, like I just weren't trading, and I think I put a few trades in here and there, but I've literally started trading again this last year. So once again, you see here January, and I'm really happy with this, because this kind of gives you what we saw in the Excel sheets, where started off quite well, obviously lost the money, broke even, and then you see around basically September time, I'm on this nice profit curve up now. I've got a few of my trades here that you've seen in the in the Excel sheet. But I think that is everything. Once again, for you guys that are still subscribed, or still maybe even watching the video, it's been a long one. Thank you for sticking by. Like I said, I'm going to update I'm going to do a review each month, so look out for that. I will do a video here and there, maybe like going over some trades, how I trade, what I'm going to trade. Yeah, but thank you guys. That's it. Have a great day, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Peace.